Alright, it is the year 2026, and I have now had a full year with the Quadcortex, actually about a year and a half, and I thought I would share 5 or so things that I've learned about the Quadcortex and what's been helpful, what's not been helpful, the things that took me a minute to understand and do. Share it with you guys, hopefully, if you're looking to buy a Quadcortex in today's world, or you're just looking to spice things up a little bit with your current Quadcortex. This hopefully will be helpful for you. I'll tell you where I got the ideas from and how I got to this spot. So let's get this all rigged up. We'll use the Cortex control and dive right into it. Actually, you know what? This leads into my first thing. One thing that I don't understand, but I guess is not the end of the world, is that when you immediately plug in the Quadcortex, it powers on. As someone who plays probably more in their bedroom than they do live. I mean, I play at church. I used to gig more, but mostly it's just church and at home. I left this on, or I had turned it off and forgot to unplug it. I lost power, the power came back on, and this turned on in the middle of the night, and it had ran from like 1 a.m. to like 9 a.m. when I just happened to come down and want to play guitar on a weekend. That kind of sucked. I wish that was an option in one of the firmware updates where we could choose to turn it on instead of it just automatically turn on, but I don't have many complaints. I just thought of it as I was plugging this in and thought I should share it with you guys. I'm going to use the Cortex control to show you guys a little bit about this patch that I'm currently running, and it actually will kind of get into the first couple of things that I really enjoy about my new kind of Quadcortex rig. So let's jump over there and take a look. Number one, the thing I like the most is hybrid mode, actually. I play, like I said, a lot of ambient music. I like playing things like Dance Gavin Dance, Fall of Troy, Under Oath, Beartooth. If I really want to get stupid, I have some EMGs to go down to Drop Stupid and just be a caveman and chug, which is like at my heart. I'm a Slipknot kid, Suicide Silence, Deathcore, all that stuff like that. So I have those patches in here, but we're not going to look at those right this second. But that's just a little bit about me. But I really love the hybrid mode. So especially playing it with a lot of ambience and whatnot, I like having just the quick changes like swell, right? You notice this dual delay comes on immediately. And then I have this microcosm patch that I think probably would be more appropriately named Chase, like the mood, if you will, but it's just called that right now. But I like having a little bit of control. I still love pedals. I mean, I have my trusty daily driver right here. I love this pedal. I love Roman and Chernobyl tones. Fortunate enough to get a little bit of a sponsorship from them, and so definitely want to shout them out. I use a capture of it. I actually need to make a V2 capture of it, and I just haven't yet because I'm happy with the current capture I have. It's right here. It's this one right here, this little guy. I like having that, like a couple drive pedals, a chorus, and a pog just to have access to just for flavors while I'm playing. I think only having scenes sometimes feels actually a little limiting, even though you can do more with it. I just feel like I have more fun in the moment. Hybrid mode. I think if you're not using hybrid mode, you should try it. It's a sleeper. You will absolutely love it, and you will thank me later once you get a chance to have a little bit of both worlds, right? A little bit of pedal board, a little bit of scenes. It's all fun. All right, this one might be, number 2 might be a controversial one. I love captures. Okay, so let's back up. A little bit about me. I was an HX Stomp user. For a long time. I was a Helix user for a long time, and I used the David Hyssop Bethel patch for a long time. And then I got convinced to go to the dark side and go pedals. And I sold my Helix, I sold a bunch of guitars, and I went full board mothership $4,000 pedal board, and it was so much. It was so overwhelming. And it started this long journey. After like a year and a half, 2 years, I just said, screw it. I sold all of my pedals and I bought the Quadcortex. Here's some pictures now. As I'm talking, they're just popped up and they're popping up now. Actually have a board build that's going to happen next week that I'm excited to show you guys. But so I went back, and the first thing I struggled with was my amps. That's the thing I struggled the most. I've only had a Boss Katana once, like for like a year, but I never used it live. It was just at home. And so I immediately started with captures and modules and stuff like that. So at first, I'll show you an older patch that I've been enjoying. This is my patch with my rock reverb from Ultra Ampworks. I really enjoy it. I don't know why I have 2 choruses right there, but we digress. It's the rock reverbs, and if you notice, it's kind of more like a studio effect where all of my modulation and wet effects are after the amp. and I don't know, something about it just didn't feel like guitar-y. You know what I mean? Like very guitar. It felt almost kind of not what I wanted it to, and I've been struggling with that for the last year. Until Rabia Massad's new video, which I don't even know if he meant to do this or tell us this, but shout out my guy. Obviously, if you don't know who he is and you're watching this, you have bad life priorities. Go watch Rabia. But I noticed something, and I'll put a screenshot from his video right here, and I'll link the video down below so you can watch it. I think it's a great video. Him and Dan from that pedal show kind of redo his board, and he's showing Dan this big hybrid board like rig, which is like, let's be honest, that's gold, but I don't have that kind of money. But I noticed that all of his board went into a return here, the effects end. He had the reverb here. It split so he could go to the amps, and then split to go to front of house, and he had his IRs right here. I was very interested by that because it kind of almost felt like it was a pseudo effects loop, and I've been struggling to. I think the amps in the Quadcortex are great, but I've been wanting to, like, I bought this for the idea of captures. I wanted captures to work so bad. So I started using the Tone Junkie, the BCCS, it's a Bad Cat something or other, and then the SW Continuum. I went hard pan right, more of like that bassy side, and then on this side with the Bad Cat, it's more like your Vox thing, like the AC30 kind of vibe, Chinese and whatnot, was the idea of front of house guy can mix and match those to have almost like two different guitar player feel. And I was using the Rabia IRs, clearly. I thought I was using the other ones, but I'm not. And I actually really liked how it sounded. I thought the way the IRs added extra EQ to all of the Italian hand delays, reverbs, and all the pitch and modulation stuff, I thought really tamed it and brought it down to a good spot. So that's my number 3. You should try separating your IRs and your amps and putting your effects, your wet effects in the middle if you are an all-in-one user like myself. It feels a little more real, if I'm being honest. So totally recommend that. I ended up just doing a 40-40 instead of a 50-50, like instead of a full aggressive. I have just a little bit on each side just to give you something, because I had to actually reduce to mono this week for next weekend. Rehearsal was today, and I liked having just a little bit of that, like that. So yeah, those are a couple things there that I really like. Something I'm looking forward to in the Quadcortex is plugins. Now, we are all aware, if you are a Quadcortex person, the word soon is like this, like, Dinkelberg.
Curse you, Dinkelberg!
Kind of sound. And it almost doesn't feel real when you hear it. I am so excited for the Tim Henson plugin to come to my Quadcortex. That is like, this plugin is my favorite plugin to play anything that's like heavy. I was gonna say the Tim Henson. This Tim Henson, the Pink amp mixed with the Ola, the One IRs are just incredible. Cannot wait to have that on my board to use that when I play caveman riffs. To be honest, that's what I'm looking forward to. So yeah, those are a handful of things that I found really useful in the Quadcortex. Also, you know what? Last one. So this is kind of the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with. Kind of food for thought, I guess, for me personally. I have really not been utilizing the scenes with some of the newer reverbs very well. I just switched to the Nordic Concert Hall stereo because it's at Valhalla. As you can see, when I changed like to the swell or even this microcosm patch, which is a handful of different things that have this cool artifacty thing. You can see a short where I played it on the channel, and I was doing reverb on reverb, which was really cool, like a stacked reverb. But I didn't like, if you're doing stacked reverbs, I highly recommend doing a send and then sending the reverbs to another output so it's not muddying everything. It just felt a little too intense. But that would be the last thing that I would recommend, is really play around with that. And then also pre-delay. I did not know much about pre-delay, and so I had saw like a Hey Worship Leader video about it, and adding just a touch of pre-delay will really help all of your little problems. But I'm kind of a big idiot when it comes to this stuff. I just play around and watch a lot of YouTube videos. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. But hey, there's a few tips for your first time using a Quadcortex as you're setting up a patch. Some things that I've really enjoyed, or I would say really the big takeaway, try hybrid mode. So much fun. And then separate your cabs and your IRs. Put all those effects like in the effects loop. Have your pseudo effects loop. You're gonna have a ton of fun. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Hit the bell, like all the you know the YouTube things by now if you're watching this video. So yeah, subscribe. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.